Rivals Radio.
Welcome back to Rivals Radio with Wally and Dee
Yeah.
to break down all the action.
Yeah.
All the exciting action from week one.
Week one, baby.
32 brand new pro teams battling it out on the digital gridiron. The coolest part is you, the fans, get to create players, customize teams, and even influence the outcomes.
You know what's fascinating to me here is the level of engagement. You know, this isn't just passively watching games.
Right.
Fans are shaping the league's narrative. They're creating a truly interactive experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, okay, let's unpack some of the week one highlights.
Okay.
There are definitely some surprises, right?
Absolutely. Johnny McNamara Canton's first-round draft pick.
Huge.
Lived up to the hype in his debut, led the Crush to a dominant 29-3 victory over the Sacramento Peaks.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't just a win, it was a statement.
Yeah, this kid's got it.
So, and how about Smokey Smith down in Albuquerque?
Oh, yeah.
Another rookie quarterback showing promise,
Yeah.
even in a close game.
Managed the game, well, you know, led the Dukes to a 17-14 win over the Salt Lake City Sting, you know. But the real surprise was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Buck McCarthy starting for the football department, let alone against the Rhinos?
Right, that was a bold move by their coach,
It was
but it paid off.
huge.
McCarthy looked like a seasoned vet throwing for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in their 31-17 win.
Yeah. He's got a bright future, that kid.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so, you know, speaking of surprises, the Oklahoma City natives had a tough home opener.
Oh, man. Clint Baker starting his GM career with a loss
Yeah.
against the Philadelphia Fury, 34-17.
I mean, listen, going up against the reigning MVP Nigel Crothers
Oh, man.
and that defensive line led by Greg Branch
Oh, yeah.
is no walk in the park. It's a learning curve for any new GM.
For sure.
But hey, there are plenty of other thrilling matchups, right? The Mexico City Firebirds and the London Lions game was a nail-biter, decided by just 2 points.
Oh, my God.
And then you had the offensive explosion in the Honolulu Surf versus the Melbourne Marauders game. Jeremiah Porter just shattered the single-game rushing record
Oh, my. Whoa.
with 268 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
It's going to be hard to top that.
That's unreal.
And on the other side, rookie Alvin Thompson put up a respectable 129 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Marauders.
Wow, rookie running backs too, huh?
Yeah,
It's incredible to see these rookies coming in and making an immediate impact.
I know.
Speaking of impact, Smash Mouth Saturday night was electric.
Oh man, the trash talk was legendary.
Legendary.
Spellman claimed that Frost would melt under the primetime lights.
Right.
And Brawlers coach Gaffney responded with a promise of a 50 burger.
Wow, a 50 burger.
Yeah.
Well, Gaffney delivered.
He did.
The Brawlers demolished the Mojo 59-21,
Oh my goodness.
with Frost now nicknamed the Iceman, throwing for 492 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Wow. That's a statement.
That's a statement win.
It definitely set the tone for the season and showed everybody you know what Smash Mouth Saturday Night is all about.
Now, before we get too hyped up for week 2, I want to remind everyone that the action continues tonight at 8 with 2 of our very own user GMs facing off.
Oh.
Clint Baker's Oklahoma City natives versus Tony Fry and the Tokyo Riot.
All right, so Clint's looking for redemption
Right.
after that tough loss, but the Riots are coming off a big win against Portland. It's going to be a clash of styles.
It's going to be a must-watch matchup. We've got games every night leading up to this week's Smash Mouth Saturday night, which features a divisional rivalry,
Okay.
the Albuquerque Dukes against the Tucson Sandstorm. Take a closer look at some of the key storylines from week 1. One thing that stood out to me was
It's really fascinating how these rookie quarterbacks are influencing their team's offensive strategies, you know?
Right.
We're seeing more aggressive play calling, you know, more risks on 4th downs.
Well-
It's like they're injecting a whole new level of excitement and unpredictability into the league.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It feels like we're witnessing a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we talked about some standout individual performances.
Right.
But what about the bigger picture?
Yeah.
Any surprising team dynamics emerging?
Well, the Oklahoma City natives situation is intriguing. You know,
Okay.
Tony Pearson, their superstar edge rusher,
Right.
is finally healthy after that injury last year.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy,
Right.
he could easily lead the league in sacks.
He's a beast.
But they need more than just Pearson to compete with the powerhouses like the Philadelphia Fury, you know?
Clint Baker has his work cut out for him.
He does.
He's got to build a team around Pearson that can challenge for a playoff spot.
For sure.
And speaking of challenges, the Mexico City Firebirds' close game against the London Lions shows just how competitive this league is.
Oh, yeah. That game could have gone either way.
Right.
It highlights the importance of coaching decisions, in those crucial moments.
Oh, yeah.
A single play call can make all the difference.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got a pretty good sense of where each team stands after week 1. But remember, this is a long season, and anything can happen.
That's the beauty of the Football Rivals Pro League.
I agree. Now, let's shift our focus to some of the players who are flying under the radar, but could have a big impact this season. I'm really intrigued by Pat McCoy, the new quarterback for the New York Nightmare. His debut was phenomenal. Over 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and a rushing touchdown.
What's impressive about McCoy is his ability to extend plays. He's not just a pocket passer.
Right.
He can make things happen with his legs, too.
Right.
That versatility makes the Nightmare a much more dangerous team.
I'm telling you, they could be a real dark horse in the NXUS East. Another player I'm curious about is Stanley Jenkins, the quarterback for the Virginia Beach Bombers. He had a slow start, but really turned it on in the second half against Anchorage.
Yeah, Jenkins is a bit of a gunslinger,
Right.
He's not afraid to take chances.
Right.
And that can lead to both big plays and costly mistakes.
Right.
But if he can find that balance,
Yeah.
the Bombers' offense could be explosive.
And speaking of explosive offenses, let's not forget about Neil Bolden, the quarterback for the San Antonio Law. He led them to a close win against Vancouver, showing a lot of grit and determination.
Bolden's a true leader,
Yeah.
He doesn't have the biggest arm or the fastest legs, but he makes up for it with his intelligence and his toughness. He elevates the play of everyone around him.
I love those kinds of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The ones who just find a way to win.
Right.
And while we're talking about under-the-radar players, we have to mention Trent Curtis, the quarterback for the Orlando Sharks.
Yeah.
His completion percentage in their win against Houston was insane.
Curtis is a surgeon out there, man.
Yeah.
He's incredibly accurate and rarely makes bad decisions.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy,
Right.
the Sharks could be a real threat in the Apex East.
So many talented quarterbacks emerging this season.
I know, it's awesome.
It's making for some incredible, exciting football. But as you said earlier, this is just the beginning.
Right.
There's a long road ahead, and we're bound to see even more surprises and breakout performances.
Absolutely. That's what keeps us coming back for more.
Right.
And what I find really exciting is the impact that the fans are having on this league,
Yeah.
User-created players, customized teams. It's all adding a layer of unpredictability that we've never seen before.
It's like fantasy football come to life. And speaking of excitement, don't forget the action continues tonight with Clint Baker's Oklahoma City Natives taking on Tony Fry and the Tokyo Riot. That's at 8 p.m., followed by a full slate of games leading up to Smash Mouth Saturday night, featuring the Albuquerque Dukes versus the Tucson Sandstorm.
Oh, man.
It's going to be an epic showdown between two young quarterbacks
Right.
with bright futures.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a chance for Clint Baker to get a close look at his Week 3 opponent.
Can't wait.
So much to look forward to. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Week 1 of the Football Rivals Pro League. It's been an incredible start to the season, and I can't wait to see what unfolds in the weeks to come.
Yeah, we'll be back next week to break down all the action. Until then, keep those helmets on and that passion for football burning bright.
It's Rivals Radio.